Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Duck. I'm here to teach you what they didn't teach you in K through 12. If you like what you've seen so far, if you've seen any of my other videos, or you like what you see in this video, help me out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's grow together and let's continue to educate each other on crypto, DeFi, keep our mindset nice and strong so that we can keep on winning every single day. Stay tuned for the end where I share my current strategy for profiting off of the Trisolaris decentralized exchange as well as the Aurora ecosystem on Near. Let's go. Today, I'm bringing you what all the big brains been talking about on Twitter the past week, okay? And it's near. Everybody's been saying that the future is near. I'm on board with it. Obviously, there's more opportunities going on, but as you can see, you got Crypto McKenna, Suzu. You have this one account, which I read through all of these pictures. These are notes from VC meetings talking about Near, including people like Naval Ravikant. Okay? It's big news because what has the narrative been for the past year, really? Get into an L1, get familiar with the L1 ecosystem, and then profit off of not only the L1 going up, but the underlying network going up because it's capturing all the value that's flooding into the layer 1. So, with this said, let's get into talking about price. Obviously, today, crypto took somewhat of a beating. This is what I'm looking at right here, okay? From this high to this low, all right, Near broke out and did a 1.618 extension, and it came down to retest the exact high that it had just broken. What am I comparing it to? I'm comparing it to Avalanche. So right around here, 20th of December, Avalanche breaks out from this high that it made, where it was breaking its all-time high, just like what Near has recently done. And it goes to do a 1.618 extension to immediately retest this and then go on higher, right? Obviously, it came down to do another retest, but in the long run, it continued this trend of setting a new all-time high. During this time period, we saw that Bitcoin came down to the exact level we're at right now. So the bullish case would be that Bitcoin bounces off of this level, continues to go higher. We see more attention and more capital flow into the Near ecosystem, and we go along for the ride. If there's a bear case, I can see Bitcoin coming down here to the $30,000 region. But in my opinion, I think that's just a greater opportunity to pick up not only Near, but other ecosystems that are out there like Phantom and Avalanche and Harmony One to position yourself better for whenever this does retrace. Because before we go into a full bear market, I do believe that Bitcoin is at least going to come up and retrace up here to like the 53 to $60,000 range. That's just my 2 cents, right? Here we have the same story playing out for Trisolaris on top of SushiSwap, right? So ignore this. When SushiSwap breaks out, what's the first thing that it does? You can see this wick right here. It comes down to retest the area of the previous all-time high. What do you think Trisolaris is doing right now? Okay? You have to get out of your head that like an instant pump is going to lead to like life-changing gains, all right? And you have to be able to stomach some negative price action every now and again, especially with inflationary tokens and new ecosystems that are either getting floods of users or people are instantly getting scared when something turn south. Okay? Obviously, an avalanche, if you had understood that this was an important level of support and you realized the price action that Avalanche was having and you stayed on the gravy train, you would have hit a 4.236 extension from this all-time high down to this low right here. Okay? Couple things coming up for the Aurora ecosystem, which is really cool. They just launched Validator v2.0, which allows you to stake your near or the shards main ecosystem token. So you can stake near and Aurora and earn Aurora and near and rewards for staking and validating the ecosystem. And a little bit about the Aurora token itself, its tokenomics. Obviously, like, they have a lot of venture capital interests, so this isn't a token that I'm necessarily interested in holding for the long term. But I think that with the initial hype and like their preference for onboarding projects with this token, especially since they're using it to maintain the no gas fees on Aurora at the moment, I think that it's going to go up in value in the short term. So, like, it's basically a DAO token that allows you to lock it up, earn additional interest on it, and also vote. One of their biggest examples, like I said, for the voting was based on the zero gas fees. For Trisolaris, which is the largest decentralized exchange by total value locked, we can go over here to DeFi Llama and then look up the Aurora ecosystem. And then you'll see that right on top is Trisolaris. Trisolaris almost has $600 million in total value locked, which, like, blows the competition away at this point in time. And in my opinion, especially in a choppier market, I'm going to want to go with the project that has the most potential to be a blue chip in this ecosystem right now, just as a way to catch like the influx of capital that comes from this ecosystem, but kind of hedge my bet in a way where I'm not really in a project with too much risk, because some of these other projects, you go into their Discord and you're not hearing from the devs whenever somebody has a question, or the website goes down for a while and you don't hear about any like potential improvements or when an update might be out. So that's kind of like the things that you have to weigh when determining what type of project is it that you do want to support with your capital, because you have to keep in mind that like you're basically voting on the success of the project when you are dedicating your capital to these projects. One of the last things here for Trisolaris, this is just what's coming up for them, and I think it's going to be big because obviously we've seen the curve wars play out, and I think that just by Trisolaris bringing in this idea of like the vote escrow and locking their tokens for improved yield over time, as well as creating a stable swap, I think it's going to be massive. Like, I think it's going to open up a lot of doors for there to be a lot more borrowing and lending going on Aurora, as well as maybe something like a Convex comes on to the Aurora ecosystem, and we start to see like safer long-term yield strategies appear. What I'm doing right now personally on Trisolaris is I'm staking pairs like Trisolaris and Aurora, or Trisolaris and Near, or Luna and Near, which Trisolaris just came out with double rewards in both Trisolaris token and the Luna token for stakers in their LP pools. And so I have all of these pairs, auto compounding for now, just waiting for the ecosystem to develop a little bit more and seeing where it takes me in terms of, whether I want to take profits in the short term from some of the inflationary tokens from these decentralized exchanges, swap them into something that's a little bit more long term, or even just swap them into stables so that I can go onto a different ecosystem to start generating yield. I'm kind of counting on more projects coming over to the Aurora ecosystem and it continuing to grow in the near to long term. Medium term, we'll see what we do in terms of taking profits and playing around with other stuff. So I hope that helped you out with figuring out where Near and Trisolaris and Aurora are right now, especially since we got this sudden dip in the market today. So don't get fudded out. Do your own research. This isn't financial advice, of course. It's just me giving you the sauce. Have a wonderful day, guys. Peace. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so that you can help me grow, help me spread the word about staying blessed in crypto, and keep your mindset strong as well as financial wisdom. So, let's go. Have a great one.